admins to set the grid here. See obviously what's happening with obviously who's actually got provisional pole, whether it was between Jimmer or whether it was Joseph. So while they're sorting that back out, we're just gonna have to wait. So obviously bear with us while we get that sorted out and get back to the sprint race. So hopefully we shouldn't be waiting too long for this, but can go through the standings, obviously barring whether it was Jim or Joseph, so one of them two will be on pole. RP Lad came in third, it was Blumchum in fourth, Connor in fifth, Grimmy in sixth, Quick Killer seventh, 8th was Sir Jake, A Riley in ninth, 10th was Woolsey, 11th was the Angry Dutch Guy, Aaron 12th, 13th Drew Cam, 9th and 14th, 15th was Ryan, and 16th was Lewis. And obviously we're just going to be waiting. Obviously we'll find out when the race starts of who actually got provisional pole here. You know, so I think we're waiting for Angry Dutch Guy here to select his car. On my screen it says that he isn't in the car at the moment, so we'll just waiting for that to update. So that's okay, that's 2 readying up, but that's not signed to ready up yet. Yeah, so yeah, we're just waiting for Angry Dutch Guy to select his car, and then I believe once he's done that we'll be on our way for the sprint race. Hopefully will be any second now. So it does look like the race will continue, the sprint race, for a wet race. So it looks like we're readying up, so Angry Dutch Guy is going to be interesting to see what car he's put in. So we are away with our sprint race now, so again it's going to be interesting to see who is deemed as provisional pole here. So I mean, it's all happening often in Discord, everyone having a peace of mind as well, saying what they what's on their mind. I mean, so it's going to be an interesting race, especially if it's wet through, you know, or if it's going to be drive-through as well. We've got a countdown starting now. So as we're waiting for everyone to obviously get their setups. Obviously, a big thing as well. Don't forget your setups. You know, that's the last thing you want to do, and to win a race around Hungary. It doesn't look too wet, so it looks like it might just be intermediates for the start, but I could be wrong. I can only see the pit lane. So it looks like Angry Dutch Guy has gone to the Mercedes. So I believe actually started the season it was Angry Dutch Guy and Connor originally in the Mercedes. So obviously I don't know. Obviously his points will get transferred to Alfa Romeo, but it's a reunion of two old teammates here. Okay, now it's taking a long. I don't know if they're just taking a time readying up, or hopefully it's not another glitch we're facing. Hopefully we will get this race underway very shortly. Migrating host, so that does look like it's another glitched lobby. Oh no, we are racing, but everyone, there's a few cars in AI mode, so I don't know if if it's actually the start of the race. There's a few cars not taken off. Have a look. That's Jake not taken off there. So I'm not too sure what. So we've got Blumchum in AI. So it was disqualified, obviously for not taking. Ryan's been disqualified as well. So I'm not too sure if this is actually racing or not. There hasn't been no update in the Discord, so I assume that this is it started, I believe. So yeah, this does look like we are setting off. There's been no sign of a restart. So yeah, so this is our actual formation lap for our sprint race here. So we've got 18 laps of a sprint race around the wet Hungary. Hungary can be a challenging track, you know, especially going into, I believe it is turn 7, I believe. I mean, this is where I normally have Colin to correct me, so please mistake me if I'm wrong. You know, keeping the car flat out and keeping the rear, you know, with traction as well. It's definitely going to be one to look out for. Maybe a couple of spins, you know. Well, I'll be honest, myself, I'll happily spin that round here on the dry track. So we've got the grid forming up now. Also, I believe we are taking a break next week, which I believe they're doing a mid-season tournament in F2 cars, which I believe is 8. I think it's 5 5-lappers in F2 cars. So definitely changing it up there, you know, jumping out of the F2 cars, bringing them out, different setups. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what that brings in there. But as we are waiting for 5 lights, that's 2, 3, 4, that's 5 lights, and we are racing, and that has put us with a lovely view at the back of the grid. But I'd rather be at the front, and that's the view we want. And that is, who is that? Is that Error that just DNF'd? at the back, I am not too sure what's happened with Error there, but it just looks like he just didn't want to race today. That's 5-second penalty for Ryan with a collision, so I'm not too sure what's happening here. It's a bit of a weird start. I mean, so and that's Lewis with a 5-second penalty. Gonna jump on board here with Patsy and see if we can find anything. That's Joseph that's left the session as well, so not too sure what's happening here. And that's Grimmy. That's gave up 2 position, and that is Wolsey that's just going slow, so I don't know what is happening here. Very bizarre restart, but in the meantime we've got 3 flags. What is that? Is that the back here with Nightmare and Drew is falling way behind, maybe half a lap down, so we'll jump back on board with our race leaders here. Jim obviously a good start. We've got Connor making a move, and that is Lewis that has DNF'd as well. So yeah, very bizarre start to the race here. Got another yellow flag, so that'll be Lewis. And we've got Riley making a move on Sir Jake there. Quick killers right on the back of Connor here, going down to turn 1. We've seen Connor losing a little bit there on the exit of turn 1 there. We can see what Quick Killer can do on the dry track. Now it's time to see what he can do on the wet track. He is right on his gearbox, looking to make a move, but you know, round the corners around here is so hard, and that's Connor slightly going off track there. Can Quick Killers capitalise on that? Looking to increase the gap by a couple of attempts here. So he's got Grimmy in the pits already with possible wind damage there. Still on the back of Connor here, just waiting for maybe Connor to make a mistake or plan on the pressure here. Of course, we will not have no DRS until the track dries up, if that happens throughout. Have a look at Riley, who's also decreasing the gap ahead on Angry Dutch guy here. Again on the back of his gearbox there. Can he get a good finish? Dash Jim is setting the fastest lap on a 1:28.6. Does get a good start there, coming out of the last corner. Riley 6 tenths now, so Riley looked like he had a little bit of a wheel wobble there. He's fallen 3 tenths behind Connor. In the meantime, Jim obviously started P1, and it looks like a quite comfortable race with 3 laps in. Could be a nice clean race for Jim up front. RP Live will be trying to see how fast RP Live can be. Close it now, the gap is just under a second now, so he's found 2 tenths throughout sector 2. We've got a Riley who was on the back of Wolves or Angry Dutch guy and has lost it there. I don't know if he's got any wing damage, doesn't look like it. Riley's now back down to P10s behind Joseph here. Joseph has this ghosted, so Joseph is not racing. RP License a 1:20.5 to take fastest lap on lap 4. This RP Light has closed the gap, but it was by 3 tenths. Now it's gone up to 3 tenths, and Ryan has is the first to get a 3-second penalty. So I think he's picked up quite a few penalties. There's an 8, I think I had a 5 seconds of collision, and now 3 seconds of that. Riley, I've missed that, has jumped from 10th to 8th. So I completely missed that. I mean, this is the advantage of having two on comms. You know, you can have one watching the pack, one watching the front of the pack, and one watching behind. We've got RP Light. RP Light is now within 6/10 of Jimmo, so definitely gained in there. We'll stay on board with RP Light for a little bit to see what that is. Naita and Drew Cammy that's having a battle. Was that a bit of a wing of Naita? Yes, there was a bit of contact. Naita has lost his right end plate. For that as well. We've got Grimmy trading at the back though. I mean, Grimmy I think had a bit of a bad start. He had a bit more damage on lap 2 or 3. So he's trying to pick up the pieces here. We've got RP Lido still on the back of Jimmo, just trying to pile the pressure and just trying to get on top of his gearbox here. But we've seen how composed Jimmo can be, and you see how defensive Jimmo can be as well. So this, obviously, if he can catch up, this is going to be a good battle. Them two there at the front just straying away from the pack. They are 3 seconds ahead of first place. Conor Naita has to take a 3-second penalty as well. And that is Naita DNF. I think Naita has gone into the pit wall. It looks like trying to repair green damage on a little shot. I mean, it's hard to control the car that number. In a way, it's probably near impossible. And that pit lane, if you overshoot that pit lane, you're going straight into the wall, and there's nowhere else you can go. No matter how much you brake or turn in, that car's just lacking ice. So it looks like we've got Blomchum that's caught his way up to Quick Killer, and Connor seeing who can try and get on the end of this battle here. RP Light dropped, lost a little bit of time on Jimmo. He has gone into just over a second now behind Jimmo. That is mainly spread out right now. 12 laps to go. We've got the closest battle we've got is RP Light, who has left Connor for 3 seconds, so that has made it a lot easier for Quick Killer. All he has to do is just stick to the back of him, avoid the track limit warnings, and that'd be easy posing for him there. And the same would be for Blomchum as well, so Connor at the moment could be looking at dropping into P5. Obviously that is all goes well for Blomchum and Quick Killers. Finally, and that's Connor. It looked like near lock up there, sort of oversteer as well, going to that corner. And yeah, Quick Killer is looking to get a good exit here. Got Connor looking to get a fair exit. Hopefully the pitching here can benefit Quick Killer. Blomchum though, trailing behind. Was within 5/10 of Quick Killer. Now he's dropped down to over a second. So he lost a second to the second 2 or 3. Not too sure what's happened there. RP Light in the meantime is 5 tenths behind Jimmo, so we could be looking at a close battle here for first as well as third place too. 11 laps to go. Even though it's a sprint race, these points are crucial at the moment. Our leader at the moment, Joseph, who is leading the driving championship, is in 10th place. So he's going to be dropping some points here, so as well as we've got points to pick up for the future race, these your points here definitely can take you a long way. These could be the side of the championship as we get closer to the end of the season. Joseph, and that's He is in the back of third base, but that's an AI car, so should be more or less easy overtake. And then pick up into P9. We do have quick killers that's on the back of Connor here. Connor still, you know, keeping composed. I mean, he's got quick killers right on the back of his gearbox, but all Connor's got to do is keep them defensive line. Not what, again, for Connor it's a case of he's got them 3 seconds, he's just hoping that maybe a quick killer behind him follow suit and get 3 seconds here, and that's a yellow flag in sector 3, and I believe that is, who is that? Is that a violence? What's happened there for him, of course, is a yellow flag in sector 3 there. It seems to have no problem with his car, still got his wing intact. So actually really didn't use it there, going on the exit of turn 1. And in the meantime we have missed it. Quick killer did make a move on Connor. Unfortunately we did miss that. So now Quick killer is now free to try and catch up to RP Live, 10 laps left to go. And Blumchum, can he capitalise on this? And that is RP Live with 3 seconds. So now Quick killer here, if he can gain 1.5 seconds here, he can move up into second place. He's got 10 laps to do so. Obviously this makes it a lot easier for Jimmer now, because he's got a weight lifted off his shoulder with RP Live behind him. With that 3 seconds, you know, it definitely gave him a bit of peace of mind here, knowing that he hasn't got to push the car as much. And that is that's dropped down a 2 position, so he is ghosted as well, so I don't think Joseph is racing anymore. Really, that is Cam that has gone up into 9th place, obviously makes, yeah, so they're both at IMO, so they're not here, so very bizarre. But yes, we got gone to Blumchum now, who is catching in the back of Connor. He was over nearly 2 seconds down, now he's under. Definitely gained quite a bit there through sector 3 and sector 1 there. RP Live is trailing on the back of Jimmer again within a second, so definitely does look like Jimmer's got running lower down. Oh, and that's a yellow flag, but I'm not too sure who that is. In a Mercedes, is that Angry Dutch guy? Yeah, Angry Dutch guy is causing the yellow flag here, and DRS is enabled, so the track is drying up now. So with 9 laps to go, will we have enough time for softs? This is going to be interesting, because RP Light, as well as he's catching up, and they are pitting, and RP Light nearly clips that pit wall there. So I would imagine now this is going to be time for, well, see who's going to go. Well, I imagine softs. 8 laps on this would be doable, but is the track going to be dry enough for softs? So RP Light's gone for the mediums, and that is Jimmer on the softs. So my question would definitely be answered whether it's dry enough for the soft tyres. Have a look and see what everyone's going for. So yeah, so only 2 are opting for the medium so far, Angry Dutch and RP Live. Yeah, right on board with Jimmer's track does look like it's drying out. There's a couple of wet patches here, but and he is getting a gap on RP Live as well, so now this is going to be interesting for Blumchum and Connor. And that's Walshy that's lost it. Has he done any damage? He has not. His wing still looks like it is intact, no problems there. Obviously I'd imagine that the 3 at the back are AI runners. I don't know if Ryan is one. Yeah, Ryan's running the AI as well, so we will ignore Jake Joseph and Ryan, as they are in AI mode, not racing at the moment. So Ryan sets the fastest lap of 1:28.2, so maybe he actually is. I mean, to set a fastest lap, unless they're running a high AA mode. Difficulty. This line is ghosted, he's a lap down, so I'm not too sure. And there's a yellow flag, and that is a Red Bull of Woolsey again. Okay, yeah, Woolsey has completely lost his wing now, so that'll be another pit stop for him. So that's going to be with 7 up, so A. Riley now sets at 120.9. So yeah, RP Lai has now dropped down 3.5 seconds to Jim, so definitely proving that the track's dry enough for the softs, and obviously as they are, more of the laps go by, the stem soft tyres are going to be coming into peak performance. It's just whether Quick Killer's going to have enough time. He's now within 3 seconds of RP Lai's penalty, and as Woolsey goes into the pits to repair his wing there. We've got Grimmy though in the meantime on the back of Drew. 7 laps to go. I mean, obviously with RP Lai and Connors, they haven't got much to race for, just trying to keep as many positions as they can without dropping. Jim is at a 118 flat, nearly a 181. Yeah, Grimmy is hunting down Drew right now, within 3/10 now, so we'll stay on board with this battle and see if Grimmy can get better off. Obviously we have DRS enabled as well, so they've got, which they will be approaching down the pit straight. Grimmy's taking, having a little look round the left. Grimmy is round the back of the gearbox where he wants to be coming out of the last corner. DRS is enabled. Drew can try and break that split stream, but is that going to be enough? He takes the inside line. Grimmy's looking to go down the outside, but he's gone for it. That is a lovely move there by Grimmy, taking the outside line with DRS enabled, and that is Woolsey that's DNF'd as well, which I don't, and that is a safety car. So this is going to be interesting. I would imagine RP Lai Dutch guy will come in for softs. It is going to be interesting, which means that I would imagine we would have 3 laps, that's 15, so we might have about a maximum of 3 laps after the safety car if it does a full 3 laps of racing, which means that there might be DRS on the last lap if all goes well, and that's Ryan, that's DNF as well, Ryan 1995. So not too sure what's happened there. And there's his car just hanging up on track. So A. Riley's coming in for the soft, the Dutch guy's coming in for the soft. RP Lai is sticking out on the medium, so it's going to be an interesting choice here. We are going to have probably about, so we've got Sir Jake and Joseph's AI cars coming across the finish line now. Joseph's AI is pitted. Strange, but AI probably knows best, coming in for another fresh sauce, which won't affect the race at all. So yeah, we will have a few laps of Drew Camp's got a 3-second time penalty as well. I would imagine this will come to possibly 2. So this is the safety cars coming out for his first completed lap, so yeah, the cars are too spread out for him to come in this lap. Which makes it interesting because obviously the track is now dry, so it's going to be back to a dry race, which will allow everyone to get more confidence in their car, going for overtakes, going for audacious moves, especially between Quick Killer. If Quick Killer can get a good jump on RP Lai here, overtake him, could be looking at Quick Killer and Jimmer battling for P1. RP Lai's just got to hope that he can get ahead of the cars behind him. With that 3-second penalty he's got, same with Connor. Drew Cam I wouldn't have to think he would worry about with the 2 cars behind him, AI. So with Ryan, apparently he got disconnected the game, came back into the game and DNF'd him straight away. So hopefully, so safety car is in this lap. Okay, so it might not take in consideration of the 2 AI cars. So we're going to see how much of Jim is going to hold the pack up and get a start on RP Live. He will obviously be holding up, and that's Connor and Quick Killer changing paces there. Connor maybe getting ahead of himself, trying to get a jump early on Quick Killers. So we will have 3 laps of racing. So there might be DRS for the last lap as RP Live does. Get a good, Jimmy gets a good start, so RP Live gets a little jump on Quick Killers as well. Jump on board with the top 3 here, see what Quick Killers can do on RP Live, see if we can get ahead of him, and maybe catch up with Jim for a battle for P1 here. Oh, and that is Quick Killers that's lost it, and he has lost his front wing and gone straight into a tyre wall, and that is him out the race. That was completely unexpected by Quick Killers there. Unfortunately, that is his race over with 3 laps to go. And you know, E2 he was looking at there. And we've got Blumchum on the back of Connor here. Connor doing his best to try and break that split stream there. And we've got A. Riley as well on the back of Angry Dutch Guy as well. It's going to be hard to keep track of both of these, trying to see who's going to make the move first. Blumchum now is in a good position to take 2nd place if he can make a jump on Connor here. He could be taking 2nd place off RP Live, 3-second penalties. And really applying the pressure on Angry Dutch Guy here. Grimmy not that far behind. Grimmy looking for hopefully D2. Oh, that's kind of a 6-second penalty, I believe now. Yeah, 6 seconds for Connor. So he's going to be dropping down quite a few places, and they've got the finish line in the final time. And that's Angry Dutch Guy almost into the back of Blumchum there. DRS is now enabled, so we will have 2 laps of DRS here. RP are doing well on the medium tyres as well, sticking right on the back of Jimmer. I generally would have thought Jimmer would have the advantage here, and that's Blumchum's 3-second penalty, so Angry Dutch Guy here could be looking at a podium right now if all goes well for him. If he can keep his lines nice and tidy and not exceed any track limits, but he does have a ride on the back of him to company. And that is the curse of a commentator right there with Angry Dutch guy picking up a 3-second penalty. So now this is the race is on with 2nd to 5th, all with penalties. So A. Riley and Grimmy here could pick up a few places if all goes well for them. They can keep their race nice and clean with track limits. RP Live, in the meantime, I'm going to stay on board with this because RP Live will have DRS this lap. See if we can make a move on Jimmer. He's gaining and he does have a good exit out of the final corner. DRS is open and that is going to be him for the taking there. Is he going to shoot down the inside? And he does. Side by side into turn 1 and it looks like it is RP Live. Oh, real rubbing there, but Jimmy is not backing out from this at all. But that is RP Light, and Jim is shooting it back up on the inside. The contact there, but not enough to affect anyone. And that is a lovely clean battle we have going on here for P1. I mean, RP Light will no doubt finish in P2 as they come on the full last lap, unless Jim picks up a 3-second penalty. You can get a move throughout here, but we'll stay on board with Riley, who again is on the back of board with Angry Dutch guy, who is they're still trailing and trying to close the gap with cars ahead as well in the meantime. So we have got from 3rd place downwards, everyone within a second of each other. And A. Riley looking to make a move on the inside, and Jimmer will be crossing the line with RP Light, not that far behind him. So that was very close there. Good battle between them two on the final few laps. RP Light definitely putting the pressure up with their medium tyres. Excellent. And so that was actually RP Light that actually got 1st place. And unfortunately, with his 3-second penalty, I mean that must have been close. We definitely have to have a look at the time difference there, because they were wheel to wheel going down that straight for the checker flag. So I'm gonna have a look as well to see where Connor moved down to as well with his 6-second penalty. So we'll have a look before the timer runs down and we run out of time. So with his 3-second penalty, so RP Light lost. Well, I think Jimmer Jimmer would have actually beaten by 2 tenths. That is close. So Jimmer in 1st, RP Light in 2nd, A. Riley in 3rd, Grimmy in 4th, Blumchum in 5th, Angry Dutch guy in 6th. Connor Doss dropped down into 7th place with his 6-second penalty. Drew Cam in 8th. And then Sir Jake in 9th, Joseph in 10th, Quick Killer leading the DNF in the P11, Ryan in 12th with the DNF, Woolsey in 14th with the DNF, Naita and Lewis and Error. But yeah, from what was a bit of a slow start to the race with the wet weather to the final 6 to 7 laps of dry racing, definitely made up for that. And we will be back shortly with the feature race here at Hungary. So we'll be back in a bit.